Yes, students. Now let's revise the chapter number 2. Chapter number 2 is components of food. Components of food. So, what are the components? These are the nutrients which are present in our food. Okay. So, why we take food? Because of these components, these nutrients. Because these nutrients are very essential for our body. For the working, proper working of our body, we need all these components. Okay. So, those components are called nutrients. Okay. What we call them? Nutrients. And these nutrients are named under different categories, and we will we will revise about those nutrients which we have already studied in the month of April. So first nutrient is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the nutrients which are present in the food, and these are the nutrients which provide energy to our body. Okay. And what are the different sources of these carbohydrates? Just like wheat, rice, you can get carbohydrates from sugar, sweet things also, and these carbohydrates are present in the form of starch also. Okay, in some of the food materials like potato, it is rich in starch. So from that also we can get these carbohydrates, and they are essential for our body because they provide energy to our body. They are energy providing food. Okay. So energy providing nutrients, and side by side I will tell you that all the nutrients are important for our body and required by the body, but if we take over diet, or we can say if we use overeat these carbohydrates containing food, then what will happen? They store in the form of that fats in our body. Okay, and we become obese. Obese means we becomes fat. We become fat. Okay, so carbohydrates, they are essential, but excess of carbohydrates are harmful for our body, because if we obese and if we are fat, excess fat, then what will happen? We may get many diseases, that just like diabetes, heart diseases, blood pressure. Okay, all these things can happen with the obesity. Okay, so we should not use these carbohydrate containing food so much. Okay, so second nutrients are fats. Fats, you know, children, we are getting these nutrients. These are also energy providing food. These both the nutrients are called energy providing nutrients. And fats we can obtain from the animals also, just like ghee, butter, cream, all these are containing so much of fats. And even from the plants also, we just have studied in the previous chapter about the oil yielding seeds. From seeds, many of the plants seeds have oil inside them, and that oil also we use daily in our daily life in the form of to fry our vegetables. Okay, to cook our vegetables we use those fats. So in the form of fats, these are also essential for our body, but same here, they are energy providing food, but excess consumption of these two are harmful. Effects are same: diabetes, heart diseases, or we can say blood pressure can cause to those person which are using these both the nutrient in excess amount. Okay, so we should take them in a limited way. So third nutrients are proteins. Proteins are called body building nutrients or body building food. Protein containing food are called body building food because proteins are very important for to build up our body or to build up our muscles, to make our hair healthy or our nails also, and so many internal body functions are also they are performed with the help of different kind of proteins. Okay, so protein food is we can get protein from different sources, from plants in the form of pulses, and from animals, you know that in the form of meat, egg, milk. They are rich source of protein, and that's why protein is important for us. And this with the lack of protein, because protein is never in excess, means most of the time it is not in excess in our body. Okay, we generally lacking, or children generally lacking these protein nutrients because they don't like milk daily in their daily diet. They don't like to have milk, they don't like to eat pulses daily, dal. Okay, and that's why most of the children are lacking with protein, and by the lacking of protein many diseases also happen which are called deficiency diseases. Okay, we will revise in the next topic. So proteins are very important, and these are body building foods. And fourth are the vitamins. Vitamins, as you know that vitamins are of different kind, like vitamin A, vitamin B. B vitamin is coming in the complex form because B vitamin is also again of different type, and vitamin C, D, E and vitamin K. Okay, these are the main vitamins which are required by our body. They are required in a very little amount, but they perform very bigger function. Okay, and what function they are performing? They protect our body from all the diseases, means they make our body strong so that we can fight with the germs, with the any diseases. Okay, so vitamins are always we are getting from fresh vegetables, leafy vegetables and fresh fruits. Okay, so fruits and vegetables are rich source of vitamins, and vitamin A is also present in milk, cow milk generally. Okay, so these vitamins are also important for our body, and here I will write fifth is minerals. In the same way, minerals are also important, just like vitamins. They are required in a very little amount by the body, but they are very important, and they are also we can get vitamins from plants as well as animals. Okay, and minerals are required by our body in a small amount, but they perform very bigger functions. And mainly minerals are iron, which is present in our blood, and blood can't be formed without the help of iron. And iodine is a very important vitamin which is important for the brain development or proper functioning of brain, proper functioning of our many systems of the body. Okay, and other than this, calcium, phosphorus, which is very essential for the formation of bones and teeth, to make your teeth and bone healthy. Okay, so in this way, minerals and vitamins both are essential for our body, and they are present in our fresh fruits, vegetables, and in animal food also. Okay, so after this, children, these are the main nutrients, but in addition to this, we should not forget about water. Okay, water is not nutrient, but it is also essential for our body. You know that water performs so many functions in our body. Without water, we can't survive, and without water, food can't be digested, and food can't be absorbed also, and food we can say for the removal of waste material from the body is also taken place with the help of water only. Okay, so these are the mainly functions of water. So we should know the importance of water here, because along with food material we need water also. Water maintain our body temperature. Okay, so many functions are there, endless functions are there of water for our body. And after that, you have studied in this chapter about roughage also. Roughage, I told you that all the minerals are important for our body, but for the removal of waste material from the digestive system can be cleaned up with the help of roughage. Roughage is composed of fibrous material which is present in different foods, just like oats or leafy vegetables, and so many vegetables generally, and even pulses also, our food grains also, fibers are present. So all these fibers are important for us because it provide roughage to our body, and that with the help of this roughage our digestive system cleans up automatically. Okay, it helps to clean or remove the waste material from the body. Okay, so these are the children main nutrients, or we can say components of food, which are very important for us. And in this chapter they have given, next one is balanced diet. As you know that what is balanced diet means, if we daily take a diet which contain all these nutrients, all these things, then we can say only that our diet is a balanced diet. Okay, it is not a balanced diet if you take daily chapati and only potato, vegetable. Many of the children, they like only potatoes. I know, sometimes we see in your tiffin you like potato only, and daily children are bringing potato with puri or potato with paratha or roti. Okay, so what you are getting with from potato and roti or puri or paratha? Only carbohydrates and fats. Only these two nutrients you are getting from that. You think what happened to your body after many years? What happened if your diet is based on these two nutrients? You will not get benefit of all these. Understand? So we should have a balanced diet. We should take everything in our meal. Everything which is meant for eating, we should have, and we should listen our parents that everything we should take. in our daily diet. Okay, so balanced diet, I have told you what is balanced diet. Now next topic is deficiency diseases. You know children, what is a deficiency? Deficiency means it is a lacking of something. So deficiency diseases are the diseases which are not communicable diseases, means these diseases can't transfer from one person to another, means infected person to healthy person, they can't transfer, because deficiency diseases are those diseases which are caused by the lacking of any of the nutrient when we not take that nutrient for a long period of time. Okay, for many years or for many months, if we not take a particular kind of nutrient, then our body get affected from these diseases. Okay, so deficiency diseases we have learned in the month of April through a table. Okay, I show you here this table. Children, you should know that deficiency diseases and due to which nutrient lacking these diseases can happen, and what is the effect of these diseases, that everything we have learned in that month of April. We will not revise one by one now because it will consume so much of time. Okay, so this table you revise once because it is very important table, and many of the questions we will frame from here. Okay, so keep it in your mind. And after this, our last topic is midday meal scheme. As you know children, that this is just for your information, that midday meal scheme is a scheme of government which is that they provide meal, or we can say lunch, to the children who are studying in the government or semi-government organizations or schools, and they get free lunch from that school, their school. And this scheme is meant for those children especially which are not interested and their parents are not interested for to send their children to the school. Okay, so if they are poor, they are not getting meal, proper meal, and they are not parents are not sufficient to provide meal to their children. So to take meal, they come to school and they join school for getting this meal only, and government get chance to give education to those children by providing this meal. Okay, in addition to this meal, they are getting education also there. They study also in the school, free study. Okay, so this is the last topic of our chapter, and with this we have completed revision of these two chapters. Children, you just once you revise it, and so that we will start third chapter. Okay, in next video or next time we will start the third chapter. Okay, so Jai Gurudev.